Hey guys, happy Friday. Today is Friday, December 6th, 2019. Super excited to finally have the one and only Todd Bryant on the show. Welcome, my friend. We've been friends a very, very long time, since he was just a wee lad. But we're here today to talk a little bit about him, but more about Outreach Love, what's going on here at the Citrus Club with the tree. There's all sorts of really cool things that Todd's going to tell us about the community work that Outreach Love does. So welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very excited. All right, so we always like to start out with you telling us a little bit about you. So, your background, where you're from, kind of what you do, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, start off married to my wife, Lindsay, who
She's amazing.
Beautiful, and our two wonderful children, Colton and Cambry. From Titusville initially, so I've been in Central Florida most of my life. Been a member here at the Citrus Club. This month is 11 years.
Wow, it's amazing.
I got in at the teenager membership.
You were a baby. You're still a baby, but you were a baby then.
And I was about a month in, and I saw a guy at an event, and I told my buddy, I said, we should probably get to know that guy over there. And the guy was right here, Ted Boger. So.
I haven't aged a bit in 11 years.
No? Yeah.
Hi, Lindsay. Lindsay's on. She's watching.
Hey.
So you were working the club. I know that was new, and you stuck it out. One of the things I love about our meetings, or our initial meeting, was when we had that follow-up meeting where we actually really sat down. You took my advice. I mean, I've been around here a long time, so it was so good, and I've seen you grow in the club, seen your business grow, seen you do so much great things. Your best move was marrying Lindsay, and having those two beautiful babies. But tell them what you do for a living.
Yeah, I'm a certified financial planner with Signature Wealth Advisors. I started it here in Orlando 5 years ago with a couple of partners, and been in the business now for 12 years. So I joined the club when I was about a year in to the business, scraped together a couple pennies to afford the membership, and got involved. And this club's been a big part of my business for the past 11 years.
And you've worked it. So, but what I also love about you, hey Victor, you give back to the community, which is sort of what we're talking about. And you have been super involved in the club, the Christmas tree project for Outreach Love. And I want you to talk a little bit about the organization, what's going on. I keep referring to the Christmas tree so that you can share about that. But tell us how you got involved with it and what the organization does.
Yeah, I was a junior at UCF, the greatest university in the world. And I got an email. It was September of 2005 about a volunteer opportunity. And it was working with kids from Paramore community that are considered to be at-risk kids who have, most of them, about 90% or more poverty level living, that even from this club we can actually see their neighborhood and we can see where they live from here. And it was an opportunity to work with them, to mentor, to tutor, and to get involved in their lives. And immediately I felt like it was the right thing for me and I needed to get involved. As a probably 20-year-old at the time, I realized that this happens on Saturday mornings. So I remember reaching out to the people that ran the organization. I said, I'd love to get involved. I'd love to be a mentor and a tutor. What other days can we do it other than Saturday mornings? Because I'm a college student. And,
Saturday mornings are tough.
Yeah, that was rough. And I really do not know how I did it those early years, being in college, being able to wake up, get to downtown Orlando at 8:45 on a Saturday morning.
Wow.
But somehow I was able to do it and able to stick with it. And it has been a huge part of my life, and I've now been involved ever since then. So for the past 14 years, been involved with Outreach Love. For 10 years, I was a tutor. So what that entailed is throughout the school year, there's roughly about 20 to 25 kids in the program, all of them from Paramore, some from Pine Hills. They're with a couple of elementary schools that we partner with locally. And they're kids whose situations are oftentimes much different than ours.
Right.
A lot of the stories that you would kind of hear about, you now see firsthand. So a lot of the kids I worked with one-on-one, they're one parent it's usually a single family that they're a single parent that they're living with, and one of them they either never met or they're in jail or they left them, and the other one is now working multiple jobs, so they're really not getting a lot of attention from that other parent.
Sure.
And they also usually have a lot of siblings as well. So there was a lot of cases where some of the kids that I've worked with, they were one of many kids in the household, and it really ended up being the oldest of the family is the one that's really taking care of all the rest of them. And on top of all of this, they have schoolwork that they need to take care of, and in their classrooms, they're not going to get that much one-on-one attention because there's a lot of kids in the class as well. So on Saturday mornings, we would go over, so it's every Saturday, we pick up the kids from Paramore over at the Callahan Center, and Outreach Love happens just right around the corner from here. It's the building next to this one. We now do it at the First United Methodist Church here in downtown Orlando. It's a non-denominational group, so we start off every morning with our 20 to 25 kids and 20 to 25 adult tutors, and we have a kind of a prayer circle. Everybody says what they're thankful for, and it's a lot of the things that they say they're thankful for every single Saturday are things that we take for granted. And it's a lot of it, thankful that one person's there for them this morning, thankful for their friends and family, thankful for the opportunity to have breakfast that day. A lot of the kids in the program, they are on free and reduced lunches. So during the week, Monday through Friday, they get free breakfast, and at school they have free lunch. They don't have it on the weekends. So we found that a lot of these kids aren't even getting breakfast or sometimes lunch on a Saturday morning. So we get them there, we feed them breakfast, say what we're thankful for, and we do 1.5 hours of one-on-one tutoring. So we'll say Ted is my student. I sit down with Ted. When I'm assigned to him at the beginning of the school year, I get to know his teacher as well. So I get his teacher's information, I get his parents' information. So I'll be working closely with his parents and his teachers to find out what areas he really needs help in. I'm not a teacher by trade. I'm not in education, so I don't know if I'm the best teacher, but what I figured is I could be, try to be the best mentor that I could be and the best positive role model for them. You are paired with, 2 people are paired with 1 kid for the school year, so you don't have to be there every Saturday. The commitment's really every other Saturday. So if you and I were co-tutoring somebody together, we just coordinate our schedules to make sure that one of us is there every single Saturday morning. And then it happens throughout the school year. We take a break in the summertime, and it's only 1st through 5th graders. Ideally, you want to get working with the kid in the beginning stages early on, and you can work with them throughout the years. One of my favorite students that I ever worked with, we were together for 4 years, and so we worked together from 2nd to 5th grade. And actually, yesterday, he's 20 years old now, and he called me yesterday to wish me happy birthday. So that was pretty cool to be able to keep that relationship for as long as we have.
That's so rewarding, and they need it. And so, what do you tutor? Is it every subject?
Yes.
Now we're back.
It's really whatever subjects they need help in. So what we do is we have a little goal sheet. Each kid has a list of goals for that day. So it might be working on your math times tables, reading a couple chapters from a book, working on a science project or U.S. history or geography. And we're talking with the teachers ahead of time, and we know what they need help in the most. And those are the things we're focusing in for that first hour and a half. It happens every Saturday from 9 to 12. So the first hour and a half is a one-on-one tutoring. So you, again, as my student, we're going to work one-on-one for that hour and a half, and we're going to work on our 3 goals. At the end of that hour and a half, we're going to get back together as a group, and all of the kids are going to do a presentation on what they learned that day, and if they made something creative, they're going to share it with everybody. So we're also working on public speaking skills, which as a member of the Citrus Toastmasters here at the Citrus Club, which I do a plug for.
Very good.
And before I forget, Tracy cuts both of our hair downstairs, so go see Tracy.
We love Tracy Smith. She's the best.
So we will then stand in front of the group, and the kids will do a presentation, so they get to work on some public speaking skills as well. And that was very rewarding for me over the years, and helping them to build some confidence as far as speaking goes, because that's going to translate very well to them in the future.
That's awesome.
So we would do that, and then after that we have some sort of a group activity, whether it's arts and crafts, or we've had people from, we've had like local firefighters, police officers, we've done field trips, we've taken them on tours of the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center through connections I made through the club here, tours of the Orlando City Soccer Stadium. We take them to UCF once a year for what's called March to College.
You're really vested in the kids. You're vested in the cat. I love that, because it's not just, you're not just teaching them their multiplication or addition tables, which I'm not sure if they still do that anymore, but you're really trying to create more interest in learning and education, and giving them more of a broad range of things that they can have access to that maybe they obviously don't have right now. That's a big commitment, but you obviously have gotten a lot out of it personally. or you wouldn't have been invested for 15 years, is it? 14 years? That's amazing. What can somebody do to get involved?
Yeah, it's a great question because there's so many awesome organizations out there, and there's a lot that are for kids if that's your passion. This was a way in which I got started in a time in which I couldn't really write a check. It's very easy these days with a lot of the people that we know that just write a check and say, okay, I gave back, I helped, and even this day and age, buying a Christmas present is nice and everything, but this is a way in which you can, like you said, have a direct impact in somebody's life that could change the course of their entire life. And I actually, another one of my favorite students who's on Facebook, or mentees, who's now on Facebook, and he's in college. And we kind of lost touch a little bit the past couple of years, but we connected through Facebook. And he just shared that he's starting his freshman year in college now. And I commented, congratulations, and he wrote back and said, you're a big reason why this is happening.
Big impact, right?
Yeah.
It's so... It sounds like it's a lot of time, guys, but I mean, it's every other Saturday at this point. And the great thing about it is you're really making an impact on the future and our community, which is sort of what our whole goal is on our shows for December, especially because there's so many kids, so many people out there that need our help. And so you just have to find the right type of charity or cause to do that. And you obviously did. So talk about the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago when Jeff became the general manager. I was telling him that every year, it's just literally in the elevator, we're having a conversation, and it was before the holidays. And every year we will go out, and our organization, Outreach Love, is very lean. There's no paid employees. I've been on the board now for 3 or 4 years, and we operate within a very tight budget. But part of that budget is around this time of year we do get some donations from people that are involved. And we would use those donations to go out and buy Christmas presents. So we have a Christmas party every year. This year is December 14th. And we have somebody dressed as Santa Claus named Roscoe, who might be watching right now.
Roscoe.
And we will, he'll come out as Santa, and each of the kids get presents, and they love it. And half the kids will open it up there. The other half, they'll wait until Christmas because they might not have any other Christmas presents under the tree. So, but the thing that I was telling Jeff about it is that each of the kids, if you're a boy in 1st or 2nd grade, you get all the same stuff. If you're a girl in 3rd through 5th grade, you get all the same stuff. So it wasn't really that personalized. So when I was talking to Jeff about that, he said, well, what if we could do a way where here through the Citrus Club, we can put a tree together, and the kids are going to write out exactly what they do want with the $50 limit, because I'm sure if they wanted a lot of stuff, they could. And then we'll just have members and a lot of the employees participate here as well as member partners. And they will be able to get exactly what they do want given that limit. And then now, so when we have the Christmas party, this will be our 3rd year now that we are able to give them some of the gifts we'd already purchased with our budget, but on top of that, they're going to get some of the unique things that they specifically asked for.
I love that.
And the first year we did it, I remember we were a couple days before the party, and there were still a couple gifts that needed to be taken. And I think that's when Jeff and his team said, we're going to take care of this. But then last year, being our 2nd year, within 24 hours of putting the tree out front, all the gifts were gone. I just checked it now. We put it out this Tuesday. The gifts are all taken. So thank you for everybody that's participated in it. This weekend, I know we're going to go out and get a couple things as well, and I know everybody else will be, because if you do have a card, you do need to take it in by next Tuesday so that we can get it wrapped and everything.
But people can still get involved. What if somebody says, I'd like to do that? Can they reach out to you?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me directly through Facebook. Outreach Love Inc. is the Facebook group that you can also follow and join. The biggest need we always have throughout the year is more tutors. There are a large number of children that are poverty level, even here within the downtown Orlando area, that need our help, and we're always limited on the amount of tutors that we have, because for every child we need to have 2 tutors.
Right.
And anybody that is 18 or older that can pass an Orlando Orange Public Schools background check is allowed to be a tutor. The commitment, like you said, every other Saturday does sound like a lot, but when you break it down, the average month has 720 hours. 6 of those hours I feel can be carved out no matter how busy you are,
right,
to making a significant impact on a child's life. And it's not even during the summers either, so we're just talking about
school year.
Yeah, 8 months out of the year.
School year.
So the biggest need we always have is for more volunteers, more tutors. There's a couple of them right now that are listening and watching, so thank you for some of our newest tutors that are part of the program. And in addition to that, of course, we could always use some additional funding as well. So the Outreach Love Inc. Facebook, and then Outreach Love, the website. I can't remember the exact title of the website, but if you Google Outreach Love Inc. Orlando, you can find the website, or just always reach out to me. I've been an ambassador for 14 years now with my beautiful kids. I'm not there every single Saturday anymore, so I figured if I can't be there, I can at least try to find other people that can be.
That's awesome, and I think people, the guys and girls that watch the show, the supporters, this is a great way. You always reach out to me and go, I don't have the money, Ted. I can't cut a check. What can I do? Well, here's something you can do. You can volunteer, and this is going to make an immediate impact on the child that you work with. I just think it's awesome. So for those of you who want to get involved in the community but don't have the cash, please reach out to Todd. And if you have the cash, please reach out to Todd. Thanks for being on the show, buddy. That was awesome. So Outreach Love Inc. Facebook page, which we'll tag when I'm finished with the show. Todd will also share the show and tag me and tag the show and then tag the Outreach page as well. So get involved. Thank you so much for being a guest. See, it goes by fast. First Facebook Live show, and you did amazing. You should do this full time, like I try to do.
The Todd Show.
The Todd,
coming in 2020.
You should totally do the Todd Show. That's awesome. All right, we love you guys. We'll see you back here soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Mwah.